Hello everyone, welcome back to the Monitoring and Evaluation Circle. I am Nelson Jean-Francois and it's always a pleasure to connect, share ideas and keep growing together in the evaluation field. In our previous episode, we explored some of the common misconceptions that often hold evaluation back, limiting its value and preventing projects from reaching their full potential. Following that episode, many of you mentioned wanting to build a solid monitoring and evaluation system for your projects or to integrate evaluation into proposal you are currently developing, but you are not quite sure where to start. In this episode of the Monitoring and Evaluation Circle, I will walk you through the first key step to take when designing or reinforcing your monitoring and evaluation system. Let's begin this episode with a quick story. A few years ago, I was hired to conduct a final evaluation for a project. During my very first meeting with the project manager, I asked a very simple question. Can you tell me what the project is trying to achieve? And of course, the manager gave me a clear and confident answer. A little later, I met another team member and asked the exact same question. And guess what? The answer was completely different. That's when I realized that within the same team, people did not share a common understanding of what the project was trying to achieve. Interesting, right? But the truth is, situations like this happen more often than you think. And usually, it's because the team doesn't have a reference tool, a guiding document that clearly defines the project's purpose, goals, and logic. That's why the first step in building a strong monitoring and evaluation system is to create a roadmap, a document that clearly outlines what your project is all about. This document is called Logic Model. So let's dive in and talk about logic model. What is a logic model? A logic model is a visual representation that shows how your project is supposed to work. It connects your resources, activities, outputs, and your outcome to the long-term impact you want to achieve. Think of it as your project's roadmap. It explains what you are doing, why you are doing it, and how your actions lead to the results you expect. Now, let's talk about the purpose of a logic model. The main purpose of a logic model is clarity and alignment. It ensures that your whole team and your partners are on the same page about what you are trying to achieve and how. It also forms the foundation of your monitoring and evaluation system because once you know what results you are trying to achieve, you can define what to measure and how to measure it. So a logic model is not just a planning tool. It's also an evaluation framework. It helps you track progress, demonstrate impact, and communicate your project's value. What are the components of a logic model? A typical logic model has 5 key components. First, inputs. Inputs are the resources you invest. For example, funding, time, expertise, materials, etc. Second, activities. Activities are what you do with those resources. For example, training, outreach, workshop. Third, we have outputs. And outputs are the direct products of your activities. For example, people trained, session delivered, material created. And fourth, we have outcomes. Outcomes are the short and medium-term changes you expect. For example, we have new skills, improved behaviors, better systems, and the fifth one is about impact. And the impact is the long-term transformation your project contributes to. For example, stronger communities, better health, empowered families. Each of these elements build on the previous one, showing a logical progression from action to impact. That's it for today's episode of the Monitoring and Evaluation Circle. We've talked about why a logic model is the foundation of any strong monitoring and evaluation system. It's the roadmap that connects your actions to your impact and helps your whole team move in the same direction. In our next episode, we will go one step further and look at how to actually build your logic model step by step so you can bring clarity and purpose to your project from day one. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with your colleagues, and subscribe to the Monitoring and Evaluation Circle for more insights and stories from the field. Thank you for watching. And remember, evaluation is not just about measuring results, it's about creating change. My name is Nelson Jean-François, and welcome to the Circle.